But when she falls like this. Oh. And then it's not funny, but that's how it plays out. Like she falls.
It's literally like.
Let me tell you how it's about to go. Let me show you the towel you're about to throw. This is hip-hop, try to run it on house or knock your ass straight out the door. I'm the enemy's epitome, the fantasy, my tendency to mentally give your career the death penalty. I instantly advise you to match my intensity. Try to fit my brain like Jackie Kennedy. I'm so tired of the why not, tired of putting MCs in a pine box. You motherfuckers couldn't even hit me in my blind.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Lost Legends TV. We are Ready to MC, and I'm Ray.
I'm James.
We are so excited to review episode 6 of Chucky.
You remember the name of the episode was called?
Cape Queer.
Yeah.
Felt really uncomfortable saying that.
You know how this goes. We're gonna review it for you, break down certain things, and we liked it, we didn't, we didn't. It started off like from the jump with a reveal. Yes, right.
Yeah, of Andy and Kyle.
It literally just jumped straight in.
No introduction, it's just boom.
We see people in this car, and then they pull up to this house, turn around, bam, Andy and Kyle. And for those who don't know, Andy is from the original Child's Play. Kyle is from part 2. She was his adopted sister, and they pull to this house, this family. They go in, and they're pretending to be census people.
Yeah, census people.
They're asking questions, but Andy just almost breaks almost immediately. Kyle,
yeah, he did.
Kyle is keeping it together. She's covering for him.
Playing that part.
He would ask questions like, "Have there been any accidents?
Have there been any fires, property damage?
Are there any dolls?
Any new dolls in your house?"
And
It's like, what? And then Kyle comes in and saves them. It's like, well, we gotta make the kids, prepared for
doing this,
For
keep
doing this,
them
yeah.
interested or whatever. So she goes, the little girl, because it's two parents and a daughter. I want to say she's maybe anywhere between like 7 and 10. She goes and gets a bunch of dolls, comes back, she's introducing them, and they're like, "Is this all your dolls?" Like, yeah. Oh wait, I forgot Charlie. And once they said that, I was like, "Oh, motherfucker." I knew it.
Yeah, I knew.
Because I knew. She goes back, she gets Charlie, and Charlie is a Chucky doll. The funniest shit. Because he was like, "Hi, I'm Charlie."
like with hesitation.
And like Andy knew.
Andy knew from the jump.
Tell. I think Charlie knew that Andy knew because he was like, "You made me do this." And he pulled a knife out like he was going to kill the little girl. Andy pulls his fucking gun out, bam, busts him right in the fucking head. The family freaks out. They unload bullets in this motherfucking doll like it's nothing.
Yeah. It was a cool scene because, for one, I didn't see Chucky breaking character like that from the jump.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't waste no fucking time. As soon as he saw Andy, he's like, "You made me do this." And then, nah, he wasn't having that. And I'm also very disappointed, not for the scene, but I'm disappointed that we're never going to get that Charlie story on screen,
Yeah.
Because, like, you have all these Chuckies. Like, we got Tommy, we got Chucky, but we had this Charlie story going on we're never going to get to see.
Well, there was other Chuckies too, because like if you remember from Call of Chucky, there was a bunch.
A bunch of them.
And they immediately were talking about in the car like how they'd already knocked out most of them. And there was at least one more. Talked about how like he was also in Nika's body. Then it cuts to the kids in school.
Something I did not see happening, a reoccurring thing of this episode. This episode doesn't pull any punches.
Yeah.
It's just bam, 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 and I loved it. Because the last episode, if y'all guys watched the review, for me, was my least favorite. Wasn't bad, my least favorite. This one, is redeeming. So they're all in a classroom, and
they're watching about
reproductive animals, or
it was
breeding.
It was animals
giving birth.
Yeah.
Devin's mom comes in and arrests one of my favorite characters, the science teacher.
Yeah.
You remember her name?
No.
Mrs. F. They arrest Mrs. F for the murders of Oliver, the principal, I forgot her name, and one more.
It's something with a Y.
She gets arrested. To the credit to the kids, which I would have did the same thing, they try to convince Devin's moms, like, "Hey, we know she didn't do this." Jake said it, Devin said it, and Lexi said it. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, she didn't hear him out.
And she took her away.
Another
thing that happens, they don't have as many flashbacks in this one, which I really liked.
But the flashback they did have was very redeeming from the last episode. Absolutely. I will fucking give them that.
They show... I'm just going to explain the flashback. It's Charles Lee Ray and Tiffany buying a car from this guy. And we found out that Fiona Durf, the actress who plays Nika, is playing Charles Lee Ray, which is what her father did in the 80s.
Yeah.
And we did not know that.
We didn't know that.
And because I remember us like trashing on it for like the awful dubbing. In this episode, the dubbing wasn't as bad.
Oh, it was like pretty good. Yeah. And I cannot express enough Fiona Durf, man. I have a coming to Jesus with myself about this actor. Yeah. Like with Curse and Colt, her acting was okay, but I really didn't like it. And this, not only does she play like Chucky very well, she still can play Nika well. And has as her fucking dad. Like, her mannerisms are just different. Like, she's just straight up a different person. And I give you props for that.
So they're buying this car from this dude. The dude's telling them all this stuff. And like, well, I need to let you know there was an accident. 2 people were murdered. They got their heads beheaded from an accident. What are you laughing at?
You know what I'm laughing at. I just remembered it.
Yeah. So for whatever reason, Charles Lee Ray is like, because the dude said something about it's a vintage car. It's not vintage. It's not a classic.
Yeah, he got offended by that for some reason.
It's just old. And they were like, he was giving them shit, and he's like, it's just an old car that you just painted up. Don't worry, we're going to give you a new paint job too. Tiffany just sneaks up from behind the dude, slits his throat.
Yep.
And he falls to the ground. And the part that Ray's laughing now is the dude's on the ground. He just got his throat slit. He's dying. He said, that'll be $1,000. Like, why?
That's his dying words. That's $1,000.
And it was like funny. And they got in the car and drove off and left his men there. They also had a scene with them in the hotel where Tiffany was trying to put one of those bodies in her suitcase. Nika, or Charles Lee Ray asked Nika, was giving her shit about it. And then somehow blood got on her. I think it was from the body. Well, yeah, she chopped that.
She chopped it off.
She chopped the limb off because like Nika was giving her so much shit. And blood got on her. And for whatever reason, blood is the trigger to turn Charles Lee Ray or Chucky into Nika. Back to Nika.
Yeah, for some odd reason. So we come to the scene where Bree, like we talked about in the last review, came down with cancer. And we felt really bad because we just thought she was fucking somebody.
Yeah.
I guess she finally decides with her therapist that she's going to tell the family. So she tells Logan. Logan's all tore up about it.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've seen like Logan even emotional in the show. Like he didn't even like really sad about his brother's death.
He was sad, but not like
this sad. Yeah. Together they decide that hey, we got to tell Junior. So they call Junior in. Jake's not in the room,
but he can hear it.
He like walks up, he can hear it.
Like he's in the hallway or whatever.
And they break the news to Junior. Junior's all tore up.
They didn't break the news. Logan dipped.
Yeah, I guess he couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, excuse me, he walks off, and so...
He went out the door. Like, he went outside.
Bree just... I mean, she has to do it by herself. If I was in a situation, it would hurt.
Yeah.
But I feel like he should have been there for Junior in that moment.
Yeah.
For them as a family to grieve.
Yeah.
But I guess everybody grieves differently. I mean, I used to like Logan as a character. I don't really now.
Yeah.
He's just an asshole. But they break the news. Jake hears about it. And then shortly after that, we got Devin, we got Jake, and we got Lexi. But it's mainly Devin and Jake talking at this point. I guess Devin has been doing a lot of research about the Good Guy doll mysteries and crimes, the lore of it, the urban legend. They said something about Andy, and I guess that was referencing the cult of Chucky.
No, they were referencing the original.
Well, I was talking about
the mental hospital thing?
The mental hospital, like with the murders and stuff.
Yeah.
They was talking about that, and he was like, well, where's that at? And he was like, Rhode Island. And they mentioned Andy Barkley, like his backstory too. Mm-hmm. And Jake was like, oh shit, I got a call from somebody in Rhode Island, which I think was in the first episode. It was in the earlier episode. Yeah. And he was like, that must have been Andy Barkley. We got to get hold of him.
So they go looking to find it out. While this happens, Junior pulls up to Lexi's house because that's where they were at. And he breaks the news to Lexi about his mom having cancer. She's there for him. But then I think Jake says something about Andy having a Facebook account. And then he's like, it seems like you're just more disconnected. She's like, what'd you say? And he's like, see, it's just exactly like this. She's like, no, look, I'm here for you. And then out of nowhere, he ends it with her. And you can tell she's completely affected by this. She was like, we can fix this. He's like, I just did. And he just dips.
Let me ask you a question about that, though.
Mm-hmm.
In that scene, did you take more sympathy towards Lexi, who's got this Chucky shit going on, or Junior, who just found out his mom had cancer and he's just trying to vent to somebody and she's not fucking listening?
A little bit of both, honestly, because like I get both situations. You know what I mean? Like she even tried to tell Junior. He's not gonna believe it. Also, in this situation, she's trying to get rid of this fucking doll because if this doll is staying around, it's gonna kill everybody. Eventually, it can kill Junior and shit. Junior leaves. They go back. Jake and Devin are still in the kitchen. They get a hold of Andy. They talk to him, trying to find out where Chucky is. He says, "Don't worry, he'll find you. Most likely somewhere at your least most vulnerable spot." He said, "Just send me the address. We'll be there as soon as we can." I think they were in Virginia. One of my favorite parts of this was we cut back to Tiffany and Nika playing cards. To Nika's credit, she's trying to pretend to be Chucky because she's still Nika and Tiffany's there. She's sitting up, she's playing poker with her and everything, and Tiffany is legit on her case, but not like like it's a nod, like the audience knows. And Nika, if she has to somewhat know, but she's trying to play it off as hard as she possibly can. Tiffany's just like, "Oh, Chucky, you remember our honeymoon? You know that trip we did? It's like, I just remember wanting to be with you. Oh, Chucky, I wouldn't take you for the romantic type." Like, they're going back and forth the whole time, and Nika's trying so hard. And then she's just like, "Hello, Nika." She's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Like, finally, Nika just breaks down. She's like, "Is it that Chucky doesn't bluff?" It's a full break. Yeah. Because, like, she's, like, playing cards. She's got the face and everything like Charles Lee Ray would have. And then she just, like starts doing this motion right here, biting her fingernails. And she's like, "Is it because he doesn't bluff?" And Tiffany's like, "Oh, no, he bluffs. He just doesn't bite his fingernails." Also, I stabbed you in the thigh like 10 minutes ago.
And then he showed a fucking knife in the fucking thigh.
It's like, Chucky would have been screaming.
I would have pissed.
But she goes on this thing talking about how she wants to just be with Nika now. Because, like, she says there's times when she sees Charles looking at her and she knows that it's Nika looking. So she wants to be with her. And Nika's freaked out.
Yeah, he got this weird thing going on.
Yeah.
Because Nika's like,
nah. Tiffany's all about it. And then she, like, hits her over the head with a fucking frying pan. Because she's like, "I'm going to figure something out." Possibly the best part for me, just because I liked seeing Ray's reaction when it happened. It was Tiffany is sitting there talking, like giving the backstory and everything, and she talks about how she took over her favorite actress's body, and they show the scene from Seed of Chucky. Meaning the Seed of Chucky is canon for the TV show. Fucking hate Seed of Chucky.
I despise that motherfucker movie. Which, in this case, she's not Tiffany, she's fucking Jennifer Tilly.
Which I love it. I love it so much.
I accept it.
It's Tiffany as Jennifer Tilly, which is just Jennifer Tilly being Jennifer Tilly. Yeah. It's just amazing. She buys a house from this woman, freaks her the fuck out, talking about how she's with this person who used to live in this house. Like, oh, well,
my fiance.
No one's lived in this house since the murders. Yeah, it's like, "Oh, wait, was your fiance the child of the parents who got murdered here?" "Yeah, good times."
She's like, "Okay."
"All right." It's like, "Do you want my autograph? Maybe later." And she just does. She gives her like she bought a package, which I'm assuming is a Chucky doll. Which you told her it might be like a Tiffany doll.
Yeah, because it's never revealed what it is. I guess we'll find out next episode, I'm sure.
Sure.
But it was never unboxed.
Basically, the end of that was like her having Nika tied up, and she left to go do something. And Nika's just tied up and like tape over her mouth and shit.
So we cut to Devin in the room, and he's watching Cape Fear.
Yeah.
Which is Robert De Niro. Haven't seen it. It's a pretty good movie. You should watch it. But he's seeing these, I guess he's taking notes. Because it comes into play later of tactics they do to like detect movement with like doors and windows. And they got like this line tied to something. Devin's mom walks in. This is a really good scene because I didn't see it going this way.
Same.
Like, I thought it was going to go a different route.
Yeah.
He closes the laptop. They have a heart-to-heart moment. Devin's like, Mom, I need to ask you something. She's like, okay, what's up? And he's like, how do you know when you really like somebody? And then she gives like a short backstory of their father, which
He died.
He died.
We talked about him being dead, and because it was like one of the first times him and Jake had a conversation, like a full-on conversation. It was about that.
The mom says, well, every time I was around, I had butterflies. He made me smile all the time, made me happy. Is that how you feel? And he's like, yeah. And then she says, is it about Jake?
Yeah.
And then he hesitates for a moment. But then he's like, yeah. And then she basically says, hey, I love you all the same. That's good with me.
Yeah.
So they hug, and I was like, okay.
Because he did the whole thing like, I didn't know how you're going to think about me. And she's like,
You don't change nothing.
yeah, you're my son. I love you.
Yeah.
Which, again, we talked about it. I really thought it was going to go hard the other way. And not because I wanted it to go that way. It's just the look that she gave. Now, she was in cop mode, so maybe that's why. But the look she gave to them holding hands was like, the fuck is this?
Plus, too, she was like on Jake's ass about those murders. And then, like, she just completely ignored Devin lying about even knowing Jake during the whole investigation. So I thought she was going to be at least pissed off about that, but she just let it slide.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Told him to set up a day, we'll watch a movie, bring Jake, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Fuck with it.
And then she's like, she gotta go back to the office. She made some soup, stay in, 'cause we got a curfew. Of course he doesn't stay in because he's gonna go to Jake's house. Oh, shit, we didn't even talk about this. Damn.
Oh, yeah. Bree.
So Bree.
Damn.
So Bree.
We just fucking got Bree on the back burner.
I'm so sorry, Bree.
I'm sorry.
So Bree goes with Junior to her therapist, and they have a heartwarming conversation. Like, what do you talk about when you're in the therapy conversation? Like, all the things we don't talk about at home.
Yeah.
How come we don't talk about them at home? I don't know.
Clearly, Logan.
Yeah. Do you talk about me? Did you know that you're my favorite conversation to talk about? Like, your favorite thing I talk about. And that was like a heartwarming thing. She left the keys for him in case whatever. He had his iPod. He was listening to music. She goes up there and she talks to her therapist about how she told them, and it didn't really change how she felt. And the therapist was like, I thought it'd be more of like releasing a burden. Like, no. And then she says, you know what? I've decided I'm not gonna do therapy. I'm not gonna do treatment. The therapist was like, we've talked about depression. Like, we can't. We know that a lot of people who go through treatments and chemo and stuff, the worry in the back of their mind, like, is this gonna work? Or it's not that. I just want to spend as much time with my family as I can while I can now. She goes and she's leaving, and then Logan sends her a text about how he loves her and everything, and she was gonna say something about we need to talk. No telling what she was gonna talk about. Me personally, I felt like it was gonna be something about like maybe divorce.
I figured it was going to be about the treatment thing.
I thought so too, but like the way he's been acting lately is just like insane. So I thought maybe that's what she was wanting to do, and maybe just spend the rest of her like time with just Junior. She backs all that out. She goes staring out the window and everything. This song plays, and then Chucky's in the fucking room. And one of the most easily avoidable kills, and not because like she didn't need to die. She was going to die anyway with cancer, especially not taking treatment. He pushes this cart of books towards her at this window, and she hears the books coming. Mm-hmm. Turns around, looks
at it,
and panics and is like, no!
Oh, no!
Like, puts her hands out, and then it hits her, and she hits the glass, and the glass shatters like it was fucking water. And she lands face first on the car, face through the windshield, right looking at Junior. That is fucking traumatizing.
I will give credit to like the creativity of the kill.
Yeah.
Like, she could have just fell on the car. Like, either way, that'd be traumatizing. But she's like, face
I thought
first.
she was going to fall right next to the car. Like, directly next to it, like, on his side. Mm-hmm. He going to get out like, oh, my God.
I couldn't imagine that trauma, bro.
Oh, God, that would fucking kill me.
Junior now is going to be, like, fucking off the edge.
Because after that, it cuts to the therapist talking to him. And she feels it's a suicide. She says it was because of depression. And I'm like, bitch, like, she told you it wasn't depression. But I feel like this was just her way of like, well, they're going to need therapy for this. So, call me if you need me.
Something.
Jake hears all this shit, and he's like, that doesn't sound like it. Because Junior says, so she just said, fuck it. She didn't want to love us anymore or anything like that. She didn't want to be with us. And Jake's like, Jake knew, like, in that moment, like, that's not how Bree would have been. Especially not with, like, her telling them about her having cancer and stuff.
Yeah.
So he goes and tells Junior, hey, I don't think your mom killed herself. Junior said, stay the fuck away from me. We were better without you.
Which is understandable coming from Junior. Like,
especially in that moment.
In that moment. The way and the time Jake said that was, like, really bad timing.
It was.
Like, he should have worked that a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So we cut to Jake's house and Junior's house. Logan is not there. He is at, I guess, the funeral home, they said?
Yeah. Him and Junior are at the funeral.
Yeah, so they're not there. So the only people you have in the house is Jake, Devin, and Lexi. Again, if you heard what I said earlier, Devin had took notes from the movie Cape Fear, where he learned how to do this trap about sensing like motion between like movement between windows and doors, like with this line, and if it moves, you can tell somebody's intruding. And
the way they use it is they have a doll set up on the counter, like on the kitchen table, and basically if something like moves and needs to their way, like okay, well,
it's gonna move the doll.
Yeah, so we'll know okay, it's coming from that direction. Essentially,
they know Chucky's coming, right? They know this. They are preparing for it. Okay, so they sit there. They got weapons. Jake's got a baseball bat. Devin's got a
rechargeable taser.
His taser. I think Lexi has like a fire poker.
Yep.
They sit there and they wait. There's also this moment where Devin and Jake is sitting on the steps.
So before that, they were talking about like the best vantage point was upstairs. And they're like, all right, and like it's upstairs in my room, and like Jake and Devin look at each other like, all right. Rock, paper, scissors, who goes there. They play. I'm pretty sure Devin won. And then Lexi's like, are you guys kidding? And she just like goes upstairs.
Yeah. She don't like that, I guess. Most guys have like that kind of relationship. Like lovers or not. Like if me and you was like gonna go look out for a killer, we're like, bro.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying?
One of us gotta do it. I mean,
Lexi's upstairs in the room. You got Jake and Devin on the steps. His mom, Devin's mom, is calling him. He ignores the call.
Yeah. Well, it's because he's not at home.
Yeah. Which is supposed to be at home.
Which I feel like what happened in that situation is she got home, saw he wasn't there.
Yeah. They're talking. All of a sudden, you hear this little creak, right? I think you see the doll move. Just a little bit. They freak the fuck out. Jake takes the kitchen part.
Yeah. They Scooby-Doo it. Just so you know, like, they literally split up, which is the stupidest thing with a killer doll around the house.
I don't understand that. But, tangent. Jake takes the kitchen. Devin takes the living room, and you hear this lamp fall down.
You hear Chucky laugh.
Yep. The camera pans there. You see the broken lamp, and then you see Jake going to the kitchen, like the stove, and all the gas. At first, I thought it was just the gas.
Yeah, because it said it was like gas was hissing. You could hear it.
I thought it was like just gas lines. I was like, oh shit, shit's about to blow up. But it was just like the burners on the stove.
Yeah.
So he turns them off, and he tells Devin he's toying with us. Then at that moment, you see Chucky run across the steps on top.
And then they find out how he got in the house. He got in through the chimney.
Yeah.
And Devin was like, they didn't have that in Cape Fear. Like, yeah, because De Niro was too big to fit in the chimney. And he was really jacked in that film. Like, it was just a weird like time to be talking about this.
And then you see Lexi in the room. She's staring out the window. And Chucky closes the door on her.
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch. And that's what he says.
Gotcha, bitch.
And this is a good scene, the way it plays out. But it also confused the hell out of me. Chucky is now basically telling Lexi, hey, I want you to kill Jake. And the only saving grace is Jake walks in the room quietly. I guess Chucky doesn't notice. And Lexi comes up with this idea, like, hey, Chucky, do you want to know how I would do it? And that apparently sucks him in.
Like, duh.
Yeah. And she's talking about, well, I would beat him to death.
And I was right here in this moment, I was like, bro, this is dragging.
I know.
Only because...
Just swing already,
I'm like, bro, I would have been just... You're taking too long, you're creeping, and like, these are wood floors.
And of course you hear the creak. Chucky turns around.
Cuts Jake on the leg.
He does like this fucking baseball slide and like, shh. So he cut the fuck up. I think it was his...
It was his thigh, it was the left leg.
His left thigh, yeah. Devin in the hallway. And I was like, oh, no.
Now, he tased Chucky.
Yeah.
Chucky fucking flew.
He fucking... he's like... He landed on his back. He's like, oh, I'm too old for this shit.
And Devin is sitting there smacking the fuck out this damn taser. Because
it's not working.
Because it's not charging. It's apparently got to, like... It takes a minute to, like, get another charge in where you can, like, tase somebody. And he's, like, trying to hurry up. And I was like, bruh, y'all ain't about to do this right now. Yo,
I thought so myself.
Yo,
I was like, oh,
not
man.
about to do this right now.
All Chucky does is he grabs his knife, he charges at Devin, but
Devin
he just runs past him.
Devin sidesteps him and he just keeps running.
And then so Lexi is helping Jake out the room, and then Devin helps and help him. You see Devin's mom walk in the door.
She's calling for Devin.
Shit. So she walks up the steps. Chucky's hiding like in this,
It's a closet area, I think.
like this little cabinet thing. He pops out. He's trying to choke Devin's mom.
He's like, hey, Devin, how you feel about this?
This is the part I didn't like about the episode. It's not bad, but it could have been done better.
I agree.
Unfortunately, Devin's mom falls down the steps. But when she falls like this. Oh. And then her neck, it's not funny, but that's how it plays out. Like she falls.
It's literally like while she's falling, it's like, okay, she's probably just gonna be hurt. Because the way she's falling, it wasn't like super aggressive, like she's bouncing against the wall, hitting the fucking railings or anything like that. She just tumbles down the stairs, and I get that would hurt, and I know it could cause death. It was just the fact when she got to the bottom step is when she broke her neck.
Yeah.
Like literally the last step, and then she hits it, and you hear the crack noise. I didn't really see the face thing like at first. I just heard the crack and I was like, what?
The thing is, like, the way she fell, like, she didn't fall and break her neck. She fell that way.
Yeah.
And, of course, Chucky storms out. Devin has to witness this awful event that's just happened because they're just standing there at Devin's dead mom. And he's just mentally just gone, which I understand completely. But Jake makes a good point here. Why did he not kill us?
Yeah.
He had the perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
So I guess, and that's what confused me, like I was talking about earlier, maybe Chucky's just like fucking with him now.
Yeah.
Like he's taking everybody out, like the family. I'm sure he's going to maybe go after the Junior or Logan next or something. But evidently you can clearly see Chucky is not after them per se. Well, maybe Jake.
Yeah.
Maybe Jake. But I just don't see why he didn't like kill Devin. And I don't want Devin to die. But it's so hard to track Chucky's MO right now. Like, what's his objective here?
I'm sure we'll find out in the next episode. It is very confusing because, like, he could have at least attempted to attack Devin. Gone at him, and then maybe the taser came on and he shocked him again, and then he ran off from that. I would have been like, okay, I get that. But I think that was just a moment of, like, for them, like, what is he doing? Like, what is his plan? We were kind of spoiled a little bit for the next episode because I know something that happens. But
I keep doing that.
I fucking hate that shit. I'm still very excited for the next episode. Would you say this is one of your favorite episodes?
It's one of the better ones for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I really liked 1. I really liked 2. Then, like, the flashbacks started happening. And those kind of got stale. Mm-hmm. But, like, with this one, like, the dubbing was right. Nika's performance as young Charles Lee Ray is, like, on point.
Her performance as Nika in this was crazy.
And even young Tiffany, the dubbing's right.
I will say there was one point he didn't like how Tiffany was talking.
The very first scene, I was like, man, you can do better than that. And then...
The next scene, she fucking killed it.
Fucking flip the switch.
Yeah.
Like I said, that might be a ploy of something to come up later. Because I can kind of see that now.
Yeah.
How she acts one way, like, towards Chucky versus Nika. Maybe she's just trying to get on Chucky's nerves. Yeah, great episode. I really liked it. Big improvement from the last one. But so far, like the show, I really love the show. Evidently, we got 2 episodes left.
Which, that's fucking crazy.
I
thought we were going to get 10. Now we're getting 8.
So that means we got 1 more episode, then the season finale.
Yeah.
We got a lot to cover in a short amount of time. Like, what's going to happen? You got 2 episodes left.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Andy's going to show up in the next episode again.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm sure we're going to get another, like, crazy death in the next one. I'm calling it now. Glenn/Glenda will be in this season. In the next episode or the last episode. Like, maybe, like, the end of the tail end episode, you just hear Glenn's voice.
Oh, I almost forgot. When Mrs. F is in the interrogation room, they talk about her very delinquent background.
Yeah.
I thought that might have been the opening for, like, Glenn or Glenda. I could be wrong. Possibilities are endless.
Yeah. Listen to what you thought about the episode, guys. Like I said, there's so much left, and there's only 2 episodes, so how are they going to pack it all together? We will see. But so far, it's been a great season. At this point, I would really, really hope they do a season 2, and I just want to see how they're going to lead into it. Again, listen to what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Put in the comments, what do you think is going to happen next? Yeah, we'll try to talk about it if you want to talk about it. But until next time, y'all, deuces.
Adios.
What's slim?
back to you grouches. My crew just might roll on you.